Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kristen and this is Growing Zone 9B. So this morning we are out in the garden really early. We are picking tomatoes. Now I'm picking my tomatoes. These are the Flor Day tomatoes. I'm picking them early because we have been, this is like just a little mark, but I've been picking them early because we have been getting stink bugs on our tomatoes and they are just destroying them. I have sprayed neem oil on them. That is not working as well as I would like for it to. And unfortunately I work during the week, so I'm not able to get out here early in the morning to be able to use like soap and water and just kind of flick them off into the soap and water. But this morning we are out here fairly early, so we may end up doing that. As you guys can see, this is what happens to my sunflowers around here. These were beautiful sunflowers like this one here. It's nice and beautiful. It's a nice amber, dark red color, cranberry color. Here's another one. What ends up happening is that the squirrels come along and they jump on the sunflowers to eat the heads off. And so they like break them off over here in the Vago bed. That's just an unfortunate piece to living here in Florida, is that you have a lot of squirrels. So you have to find a way to kind of relocate or deal with the squirrel problem around here. We have tons and tons of squirrels and they will definitely destroy your plants. So we have, like I said, we've been over here. You can see that, of course, this is an overcrowded bed for me. Nothing unusual for what I do. Oh yeah, look, there's a culprit stink bug right there on the plant. I don't know if you all can see that. I will try to bring it around so that you can see it. There it is. It's disgusting. So I am going to run into the house and get some soap and water so I can get these off. But this is why I have to come out here and I have to pick these tomatoes early, especially on the weekends or when I have time to pick these tomatoes early, because I cannot have these stink bugs destroying my harvest. But yeah, so I'm excited that we're into tomato season. We will be doing some fried green tomatoes. That's one of my favorite things to do. You can pop them in the air fryer. That's usually what I try to do so that I'm not like, you know, eating oily, greasy food. We try to avoid that. The bananas are just kicking it right now. They're doing a great comeback. Look at them. This plant is just doing amazing. These plants over here, I am surprised that they are not putting on pods. They are definitely getting there. One of the ways that you can get your bananas to kind of produce or trick them into producing sometimes is kind of tapering off the leaves and getting them down to about 3 or 4 leaves. So I usually try to cut them back this time of year when I know there's no frost in sight whatsoever, and then it kind of like tricks my taller ones into wanting to produce. Alright, so here's the bananas that we transplanted from my brothers. You know, obviously they're going to be a little weak looking and need some help coming back. They obviously had that wind on them the last time that you all were out here with me. And so today, one of my goals is I'm going to be trimming these back. I'm going to just drop the extra leaves down there in the bed. This is like one of my composting areas and at this point, and my bananas, they love compost. I know there's a lot of people that are freaking out about, because people have been asking me, my friends and stuff, about the fertilizer situation. Apparently fertilizer is getting a little more difficult to get your hands on. I know this sounds wonky and weird, but friends, you can do this if you're up for it. Is take your own pee and literally dilute it. I would dilute it a little bit, and then you can just put it out on the bananas, or take, if you, depending on how your lifestyle is, you can take your dishwater and you can transfer it back if you're using some type of safe dish soap. You know, like I would say it's gray water. Put it back into your banana beds or create some type of system to where that's how the bananas can be fed. Also, take your compost, anything that you all are using for compost that is good, take that or worm castings, and put them around the bed, or your grass clippings. That's another great thing. A lot of times here in Florida, there's so much development in the area that I'm living in. It's insane. And so you all might want to consider, they're just taking out tons and tons of trees. And so if you can get a hold of somebody that can do like a drop off of some mulch for you, you know, mulch them up, let that mulch break down, and then put that around the beds, or at least start getting the mulch to break down, so that in the future you all can put that around your banana plants. Wherever we can be planting right now, that's what we are doing. That is my goal. I am definitely I have a lot of friends that are concerned, that is for sure, with the way the world's going right now. And so I have been sharing my pups with them. Like I said last time, I've been sharing with my neighbors too, just because, you know, I want to make sure that we are all growing and doing what we can do. And my grow tower has been doing excellent with starting a bunch of cucumbers, so I'm excited about that. So we'll be bringing in those. But the other thing I wanted to show you all, oh yeah, look, here's another tomato starting to take off. This is an Everglades tomato. It produces these little tiny tomato pods. These things will go wild this time of year. As you can see, it's starting to come through the lattice. And of course we have a lot of grass. Like I said, I need some little young nephew boys to come over here and help their Aunt Kristen take care of the weeds. But yeah, our grapes, oh yeah, our grapes are just loaded. I cannot wait to start getting our grapes fully and truly coming in. I mean, have you ever seen so many grapes here in Florida? I mean, they're just oodles and caboodles of grapes throughout this entire plant. This is just one area. Miss Pumpkin, there's my sweet pumpkin girl. Yeah, look, friends. I mean, everywhere I go, there are just grapes. This is the muscadine grape, friends. You can be making jellies and juices and look, more. Like I said, this plant is absolutely loaded. When I told y'all last year that there were hundreds and hundreds and thousands of grapes, like literally, I'm not even like joking with you all. And the squirrels got to them, or the birds. I think it was probably the crows, but nonetheless, there's more over here. They're just everywhere. Thankfully, I have some of my papayas. They're starting to come back. So we always look forward to papayas. They're really good to have in your yard. You definitely want some papayas. Papayas actually help to detox the body of parasites. Obviously, do your own research, but you know, that's what you want to be seeing, friends. You want to be able to have those nasty entities out of your body. Here's the other area. I thought these bananas, these are my dwarf Cavendish bananas. I thought that they had died, and they are looking beautiful and coming back. And then at the top there, that is our passion fruit starting to take over and going up to the roof. And it's crossing over with our grape. So I am excited because we love passion fruit. It's really not the ideal space for it, but that's where it chose to put itself. I did not put it there. This is just a volunteer. And so I have tried to transplant a couple of the volunteers, and they have not done so well in the transplanting process. So I'm honestly just going to leave that one. And I have plenty of Cavendish dwarf bananas. Should these little babies get taken over, it'll be okay because I have others in the yard. Right, friends, so until next time, love one another, be kind, and I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video.